What is up, guys? It is the Alchemist of Sound here, sitting right next to
Gersh1.
And today we're back to answer your questions in another episode of For the Greater
WAAAGH.
Excuse me.
Don't excuse me.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put a question in front of your question because we get to those questions first.
And that is what the one, the only, All Might has asked. What are your thoughts on the Genestealer cult codex, models, trailer, etc.?
The trailer is amazing. What were you saying? It had Akira vibes.
Yeah, it reminded me of like the art style of like Akira. That's it. I mean, what do you want from me?
I don't know. I wanted you to go in depth and be like, it's so. I don't know. Okay, cool. What do you think of the models?
I never liked Genestealer cults. I think somebody in like one of the comments said something like they're construction workers. It's like how menacing can they be?
Mm-hmm.
And like they're essentially just freaking like Imperial Guard, just with like a different like
twist to them. I'm pretty sure they're more durable than Imperial Guard.
They've got to be because they're like a mutation and everything.
And you get to throw in like all these extra other figures like your Genestealers and your what are they called?
What, the Aberrants?
The Aberrants and all those really badass looking.
Let's just say before this trailer dropped, whenever I heard Genestealer cults, I would button my belt just one notch more. And after this trailer was done, no pants were on me.
I don't know what that means.
But yeah, it's a really good trailer. If you haven't seen it, definitely watch it. It's like, what, 45 seconds?
Yes.
But one thing that is of note is that there will be a gun-slinging Genestealer. He's missing a hat, but he does have like 3 arms and they each have a gun. And he looks really badass.
We've seen it already, or they posted it?
Yeah, I made a video on it came out Sunday, so check it out. But yeah, and then there's also a Genestealer model that looks a lot like the bodyguard of Black Panther.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The bodyguard, do you talk about the gorilla guy?
No, the girls.
Oh, there's women Genestealer cultists?
Yeah, she looks like she's like one of like the matriarch, because you know they have like patriarchs.
Yeah.
Yeah. She looks really badass.
That's cool, man. I'm trying to look for the actual artist because we follow the artist on Instagram. He has an Instagram for his like art and stuff, but he's a hobbyist. He's the guy who did the art for the trailer. I can't find him though, and it's bumming me out.
Bum 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 bum.
If you know his name, comment down below. I can't pull it up. Next question comes from Defool06. Given time, can the Tau become the dominant faction within the galaxy?
Given time, and making sure that everybody else is not there, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Right now, they've advanced so far, and they're like one of the youngest races, so they're on a good path. However, with the rise of chaos, with more Necron tomb worlds waking up, with the Imperium being so xenophobic and obliterating planets left and right, just the galaxy right now is not a good place for them to prosper, since there's so much that they're going up against. But they're definitely heading in the right direction. There's just a lot of speed bumps along the way.
Agreed. Given time. And a lot of like making the Imperium have other threats. Like chaos.
Tyranids.
Because I feel like if the Imperium fought the Tau right now, the Tau would be destroyed. Rubbed to the ground.
Rubbed?
Yeah, you know how like when a dog poops in the living room and then you're supposed to grab its face and rub its face in the poop and then put it in the cage without cleaning it? I'm just kidding, you're not supposed to do that.
That's frowned upon.
Yeah, that's cruelty, that's cruelty. What were we saying? Next question.
This one's by Josh White. What is your opinion on the theory that Mortarion will eventually plead with Isha in Nurgle's garden to help him free himself of Nurgle's taint and corruption, thus becoming a loyalist again?
Who said that?
I don't know. It's an interesting theory, though. I really like that. In the previous For the Greater Wall, we talked about how like Mortarion was like being pushed around. He wasn't very well liked within the Primarchs. So I could see even like he's not Mortarion. He's not Nurgle's favorite, even though he's like the Primarch. I feel like Typhus gets more praise and more gifts from Nurgle than Mortarion does. And Mortarion never really accepted himself. He was always afraid or disgusted at his psychic abilities. I think until recently he like matured into them, but like he never liked psychers, and then he found that he himself was a psyker. So that whole psychological thing there could play in part to maybe his subconscious reaching out towards Isha and curing himself of this. And it is known that Isha can cure the diseases of Nurgle, because that's what she does. She whispers the cures to whatever violent plague is out there, raging throughout the galaxy. So I really, really like that theory. That's really awesome, whoever came up with it.
Yeah. Agreed. I found the artist. If you go on Instagram, if you have an Instagram, his name is Daniel Morrison. His Instagram account is Adam Antimusky? Musky? Adamantium Sky. Alright, there you go. But yeah, follow him on Instagram. He only has 1,000 followers, so light it up. I don't know if you guys do Instagram. Anyways, next question.
It's derpin time. Do you think Cypher is the key to reawakening the lion, as the sword that he carries is thought to be the lion's broken sword? I actually put out a video on it last week talking about what secrets does this sword hold.
And of course, like, he's such a named character, like, he has a role. He is a key to something, to some door that GW is going to unlock. It's probably going to lead to the lion. And if it doesn't lead to the lion, GW's fucking up.
I mean, because there's thousands of theories rolling around that, like, the lion's not actually sleeping, that the lion's a chaos worshipper, that the only way to bring back the lion from his eternal sleep is to kill the emperor, or the blade killing the emperor will reincarnate the emperor so he will be back to health. There's a lot of speculation as to what this sword will do and what it has to do with the emperor, the lion, and Cypher. But yeah, they're all keys, and we just gotta find the lock.
Mm-hmm.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Next question comes from Garth MCG. If you had to stick it in a Tao's face, would you choose the mouth or the slit?
See, whenever you guys ask a question of which one would you choose, why not both? Split that slit and then part that mouth.
There you go. That's a good question.
Why do you guys do this to me?
Is the slit size different depending on the cast?
Yeah.
So who has the biggest slit?
I want to say it's the air cast because they're the tallest.
Who has the tightest slit?
I want to say the earth cast because they're like the squattiest.
Okay. That's for personal knowledge, I guess, right? Next question.
Do that with whatever you want to do. This one's by Deagle Rants. Do you guys think that Ynnari will actually be able to kill Slaanesh?
No. I think what's going to end up happening is that they're going to just push back the Isha or the Ynnari story. And we're not going to talk about it for a really long time. And then they're going to remember. And then they're going to be like, oh, yeah.
We found the last Crone sword.
Yeah. Oh, GW, why do you... I wonder, because, like, GW changed leadership, right?
Well, they changed, like, direction.
When all of a sudden they started getting some badass stuff. But, yeah. Wait, what was this? What was the point that I was trying to make?
I have no idea.
I don't know, I got distracted. Somebody texted. Next question comes from Andrew Halverson. What would an origin implanted with a Stardew Genesteed be like?
An Ogryn.
Ogryn. Oh. And heresy aside, would it even be possible? You guys walk.
I get it.
So if an Ogryn was implanted with a Stardew Genesteed, I think the Genesteed wouldn't really work well with the Ogryn's like mental capacity. And they would die. They would be found wanting in terms of their psycho whatever, right?
Psychoanalytics.
There you go. There you go.
But yeah, usually they're not going to waste Genesteed on an unstable form such as an Ogryn. They're more brute strength and strategy than mind, so it's best to find a pinnacle specimen to implant.
Like a psychopath, because that's what they get. Yeah, next one.
Vector. Hi guys, love your vids. My question is, can you explain what exactly chaplains are? What is their role? What's the difference when they were first implemented by the Emperor as to now in the 41st millennium? So basically, chaplains were implemented, I want to say around the time of the Council of Nicaea, because they were meant to be spiritual leaders to kind of, I guess, rumor has it, to spy on each legion and make sure that there is no psychers breaking the pact. But for the most part, they're there to inspire, they're there to lead. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
And then when they found out that, oh no, we really need to use psychers, because Chaos is using psychers and they're beating our asses, that's when they became something completely different. The second part.
Right. Yeah. And they have a weird weapon, the Crozius Arcanum.
Yep.
It's weird. I never liked chaplains. I like their masks, because they're like freaking skulls and stuff, but what they actually do, I never, like, I'm more of a psyker kind of guy.
Next question comes from Brian B. Could you revive the Emperor if you hooked a Perpetual up to the Golden Throne? Maybe.
Well, the Emperor himself is a Perpetual.
But 2 Perpetuals makes an awesome Perpetual.
Or does it cancel out?
Maybe. Quien sabe. But the chances of that happening are pretty slim, because how many Perpetuals are there in the 40k universe? Like 3?
No, there's more than that. You've got Olanius Pius, the Emperor, Vulcan. That's 3.
Next question comes from Kappa Clave. For the little Nurgling that sometimes shows up in your vids, what is his/her favorite faction?
I haven't done that yet. I gotta like put out all factions and like pictures and be like, which one does the Nurgling go to?
Did you watch King of the Hill ever?
I watched a few episodes here and there, but I was never like an avid fan.
There's one episode where Bobby, this is a cartoon by the way about like
propane and propane accessories.
Basically, and then there's a little boy, and the little boy is supposed to be the Buddha, and they think that he's the Buddha, and then I think they put out like a rug or a mat, and then they put like different relics, and then he's supposed to pick the correct relic. That's what you should do, and just put a bunch of like models, and whichever one is chosen is the army that...
Well, you know what, Gershwin? I'll tell you what. I won't tell you.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something from the show. Like Boomhauer? I slur my words, but not to that extent.
Just get a few Jack and Cokes in you.
Yeah, then I'm slurring everything.
And by a few, I mean all of them.
All of them. Next question.
This one's not a question, but it's something that I've been waiting to say. Space Marine asked, I want Sanguinius or Fulgrim to return, only because I like pretty boys. I'm looking at you, Gershwin.
Ooh, you're gonna make me blush.
Who's to say he's not?
You're blushing already?
You're in a perpetual state of blushness.
Who did he say?
Fulgrim and Sanguinius.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Funny
Even
enough,
though...
those are 2 of my favorite Primarchs.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you like Fulgrim back in the day or now?
Well, I haven't seen him now, so it'd have to be back in the day.
You've seen art, though. The serpentine,
yeah.
the tongue.
Once I actually see, like, the motto and official GW art, I'm pretty sure no matter what they do, I'm gonna like them.
Last question comes from Dishonest Vagina. Are orcs immune to mind control? Kinda, yeah. The Chaos can still take control of weird boys, warp heads and stuff like that. They can manipulate them, and it's more of a... I guess it's mind control, and they can take control of their muscles and move them around and stuff like that. But not the same way as, like, you'll never have a cultist orc uprising. You'll just have orcs who worship, or who see a better fight by going towards a god or something like that. If that makes sense. I hope it does. If it doesn't, ask me to clarify. I will in next videos. Those were the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, comment down below. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you listen to us while you're working, while you're driving to work, while you're painting, whatever it may be.
While you're sleeping.
Yeah.
Because some of you say you use this to go to sleep.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm. I mean, isn't that what ASMR is for, kind of?
But we don't whisper.
Hey, little girl, let me whisper in your ear.
Yeah, girls watch this. See you guys next week, or tomorrow, in another episode of...
For the Greater WAAAGH. This has been...
Kershwan.
The Sound Alchemist, and we are...
Oh, if you could put my freedom first in any